Yep.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Masters of Boredom. I'm Pantsless Aaron, once again bringing you more board game goodness with my cohorts, CJ and Augie, as
Yeah.
always.
Hello.
What do you got
CJ,
up your sleeve for us tonight?
CJ, how you doing, man? This is Hyperborea, and I'm in a bad place for this. I should zoom up. There we go. Hyperborea.
Ooh.
This is a game that it came out around the same time as Scythe and unfortunately didn't hit quite as big. Although I think it's still a pretty good game. It has a lot of things in common with Scythe. You'll notice right off the bat that there's, the hexes on the board, and we've also got minis that we're going to be moving around them, like these little guys, so on and so forth.
Oh, I see that.
And we're also going to be maybe not collecting resources, but we're going to be upgrading our civilization to get stronger and better technology, and all of that rhymes true with Scythe. But where it kind of the Scythe comparison kind of falls apart is that we decide our actions by pulling colored cubes from a bag. And once we have a pair of colored cubes that match any of these possible options, we can do that thing. Which is really helpful. We can do all sorts of fun stuff. We can move around the board. We can use this to attack. We can use pairs of cubes to grow our civilization. We can use pairs of cubes to advance our civilization. We can use pairs of cubes just to get victory points, or we can use cubes to get more advanced technologies that are available for sale.
Interesting.
I almost think we have to leave the fours out because I noticed that while they say what the things do, it does not have the cost on them.
Oh.
And each one has a cost. So, unfortunately, due to some mess up with this particular module that somebody put together of Hyperborea, everything works and is available in the game with the exception of, can you put that back, please? Thank you. Everything works in the game except for the level 4 cards. They are all coming up blank for whatever reason. It looks like an image problem, like it was hosted somewhere, but it's no longer there. So they all come up blank. And you can, if you hover over it, you can see what the card does, but we have no idea what the cost is to activate that card, and every card has a cost for it. So
It's like a Rorschach test.
we will attempt to play the game without it. Obviously,
I see tyranny in this one.
Yeah. Obviously, you don't have this problem if you buy the game outright, and you can probably find it pretty cheap. I think I got it for like $20. It was, to be honest, it was on clearance. So I don't know if that says something to you about what you're about to see and or experience, but yeah, I genuinely thought it was okay. I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was as good as Scythe, but I did enjoy it. And since Augie seemed to really get a kick out of Scythe, and enough that he wanted to play it again really quickly, I thought maybe he would enjoy this as well. So we're gonna give it a shot. CJ has not played this game before either,
Nope.
so he's going to be just as new to this as Augie is. So yeah, let me skip ahead because I'm trying to go through all the possible actions you can do in detail. So movement. The movement is the green ones, which I think is your exploration. Yep. Well, I don't know if it's different for everybody. I think it might be the same. A green and a purple. Yeah. A green cube and a purple cube will allow you to move twice. A green cube and any other cube allows you to move once, and I believe that icon is for a miniature. It allows you to put a miniature into play from the reserve. So movement is used to move the miniatures of your players around the map. Each movement effect generates one movement point for the active player. Moving one miniature from one hexagon to an adjacent hexagon costs one movement point. However, some type of terrain costs extra movement to enter or exit a hexagon. To enter a forest costs an additional movement point, so it's 2 movement points to go into a forest. To exit a swamp hexagon, which is the red ones, that will also cost an additional movement point, so that is 2 to leave. And to enter or exit a mountain hexagon, which are the blue ones, that costs 2 points as well. So forest, it costs 2 to enter, but it's 1 to leave. Swamp is 1 to enter, but 2 to leave. And mountain is 2 to enter or leave. It is possible to use all your points to move a single miniature throughout several hexagons, paying the movement point cost for each movement. If a miniature ever enters a hexagon where there are miniatures that belong to other players that are not inside a city or a ruin, the miniature must interrupt its movement for the turn. If the player wants to move this miniature again in the same turn, you have to kill the blocking enemies on the hexagon before you can move again. And there is attacking, which we'll get to shortly. And as soon as a miniature enters a hexagon adjacent to a face-down hexagon, you can turn the hidden hexagon and place it face up. Which is why the middle ones are all hidden. We have no idea what these surrounding ones are or what the central one is, but it's important to note that the central one is distinct from the borderlands around it. It was drawn from a different pile. I'm assuming that means there's better stuff there, but we don't know for sure. Attacking. Attacking is used to kill opponent miniatures or ghost miniatures on the map. You can't use it to kill your own. Each attack effect generates 1 attack point for the active player. To use 1 or more attack points, you must have a miniature in the hexagon containing 1 or more enemy miniatures for every attack point, unless it's absorbed by a fortress. The player can remove from the map 1 ghost or opponent miniature and put it in the graveyard on their player board. Each opponent or ghost miniature will be worth victory points at the end of the game. If a player kills an opponent miniature of a color already present among their killed miniatures, this miniature is given back to the owner who puts it in their reserve. So you only get to keep 1 of your opponent's miniatures as a sort of trophy. Any others that you kill go back to the player who owns them. Blood Wolf says life always boils down to cubes. Well, yeah, I guess if you're big into soup. The miniature is given back to the owner. When this happens, if the player's already killed 1 miniature per enemy opponent, they immediately get 1 gem from the reserve when they give the miniature back. Nice. Okay, fortress actions. These are used to protect miniatures from opponents' attacks. It allows you to take a fortress token of your color and place it on the hexagons in which you have your own miniatures. Every fortress token can absorb 1 attack point generated by an opponent, and then it is removed. If an opponent attacks 1 or more miniatures in a hexagon with 1 or more fortress tokens, they must be removed first before you can attack the miniatures. This icon, as I said before, allows you to put 1 miniature into the reserve, into play from the reserve, and it has to go in a hexagon of your homeland that contains a city. So any of your 3 starting sections where you have a city, you can place a miniature there. The advanced technology card. This, I believe, is the blue option. Yes, for a single blue cube and 2 of any color, or a blue cube, a yellow cube, and a 3rd of any color, you can get an advanced technology card. So you're entitled to get 1 advanced technology card, which could then be activated by filling the spaces of that card with civilization cubes, even in the same turn that you got that card. Before choosing the advanced technology card, you may draw 2 new advanced technology cards from the top of any one of the 4, well, in our case, 3 decks, in order to replace the 2 currently available from the same deck, which are placed on the bottom of the deck. You're not forced to choose one of the 2 new ones, but you get to choose between all of the 8 face-up cards. When you get a new advanced technology, you also get the gray civilization cube that is on it. This gray cube will be put in the bag by the player during their next reset. Until the next reset, the player will put the gray cube in the unused cubes area of their player board. After the advanced technology is acquired, the player must reveal a new advanced technology from the same deck that became available and put a gray cube on it. I don't know what the gray cubes are used for off the top of my head, but we'll eventually get to that.
Okay.
Development. So the develop effect is the rainbow wheel followed by like end parentheses. And it can be a single, a triple, or a 2 times develop. For each develop effect, the active player may advance the level of one of their markers on 1 development row according to the number of icons present. So development is this section of the player board here. You'll see that there's 1 color for each level.
Mm-hmm.
And the further along you go, you will eventually start getting goodies. And I believe this means you get extra cubes of that color added to your bag, although I'll read up on that and verify it. We start the game with one of our choice leveled up to level 3, another one leveled up to level 2, and a 3rd leveled up to level 1. All the others must stay at 0 for the time being. And you can use the orange cubes in addition to any multicolored to advance two separate colors once, or you can do a orange and a blue to advance one color twice. So those are your choices for the advancing, and I will verify that you get cubes for advancing them. Excuse me. If a multiplier appears on the development symbol, which I'm assuming happens in the advanced technology cards, then you may apply the develop effects on different rows or on the same row or a combination of the two. So if you see a ×2 or a ×3 or a ×4 on a development icon, you are allowed to mix and match at your leisure. Gems. For each gem effect, you get 1 gem. It is worth a victory point. I don't know why they didn't just call it a victory point, but they didn't. So it's a gem. Simple as that. And I believe that's the yellow cubes get you victory points. Yep. Okay, so the advanced technologies. Okay, so the advanced technologies we'll go into when we get to that point. And if you guys have questions about the advanced technologies, I can go looking through it. I know it's page 13 to 16.
Okay.
But let's back up because we need to go over end of turn, because I believe that's where the reset comes in. Or no. The first thing I wanted to do was look into upgrading civilizations. There we go. At any time during your turn, but before the end of turn phase, your player may reduce to level 0 one of your development markers which has reached level 4 or 5. In this case, you immediately put 1 civilization cube of the corresponding color into your bag, taking it from the reserve. I see. Okay, so you can level these up multiple times to get 1, or if you hold on for just a little longer, you can get 2 cubes out of it. But when you do so, you must reduce that to 0 and start over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it says in the same way you can reduce to level 0 one of your development markers which has reached level 6, in which case you put 2 civilization cubes of that color inside your bag, taking them from the reserve. If the civilization cubes of the corresponding color are depleted, the upgrading the civilization action has no effect, or has a partial effect in the case where 2 civilization cubes should have been added, but only 1 was left. So when they run out, they're out. Okay, but that's the upgrading the civilization thing. What's the other action? Was it activating cities or exploring ruins? I'll go over these. So there are cities on these, and cities are noted by the solid line around them on the hexes. And there's usually an icon of some kind at the hole in the solid line, which I'm guessing is the city entrance, but whatever. So you may activate a city. To do so, you must move one of your miniatures inside the city itself, and you immediately gain the corresponding benefits. Such action is possible only if the city is free, meaning there is no other miniature inside, either your own, an opponent player, or a ghost. Activating a city does not require movement points and can be done at any time during a player's turn, before or after the activation of a technology or the exploration of a ruin. The miniatures inside the city cannot leave the city until your next reset, which I will get to at the end of turn phase. Activating a city generates the corresponding effects, and the effects are listed by the icons on them, and they're the same ones that you will see on your player board. So let me have a look. So for example, this one, my home city, if I activate that city, I get a movement point, and I get to advance one of my technologies by 1. I also have another city where I can advance technology by 1, and another city that allows me to get a movement point. So, I mean, it all kind of works out. But that pretty much locks that miniature in place there until the reset. Which, again, I said I'll go over after I cover this last bit, which is exploring ruins. So there are a couple of ruins already in play on the board. There is a bronze ruin up in the blue section, and there is a silver ruin down in the yellow section, which is CJ's. Augie's playing blue, by the way.
I'm here too.
Yes. So to explore a ruin, you must move one of your miniatures inside that ruin space, taking the topmost ruin token. Then the player secretly looks at the effects and decides whether to use the ruin token immediately or store it for later use. If you decide to use it, you reveal it to all players and the corresponding benefits are gained and the token is discarded. You don't have to use it immediately. You can keep it in the victory point area of your board and use it later during the same turn or even a future turn. However, you can only store one single ruin token at any moment during the game. So if you find another ruin token during your turn, you must either use that one or the one you've got in storage. So, I mean, you're only allowed to store one, remember that. To explore a ruin, it must be free, that is, without any miniature from your own supply or from another player or a ghost, and it must still have a ruin token in it. A depleted ruin can't be explored. Treat its space as if it doesn't exist anymore. Exploring a ruin, like activating a city, is a free move and can be done at any time during a player's turn before or after the activation of a technology or a city. Just like the ones inside cities, miniatures inside a ruin cannot leave the ruin or do anything until the next reset. So now that I've said that about 4 times, let's go over what I'm talking about when I say reset. So, during your end of turn phase, once you've decided you want to end your turn, the first thing for you to do is move all the cubes still present in your available cubes area into the unused cubes area. Then, if you still have cubes inside your bag, you must draw up to 3 random cubes from your bag and place them in the available cubes area. If you only have 1 or 2, you still draw them all. If you have no more cubes inside the bag, you immediately perform a reset. To reset, you do the following. The player's miniatures inside the cities are moved out of the cities, but they stay in the same hexagon, and they'll be free to move again during the following turns of that player. The miniatures inside ruins are same thing, set free, but they stay in the same hexagon. All cubes in the unused cubes area, including gray cubes just obtained with advanced technology cards, and cubes in technologies that were activated, must be placed inside the bag. This does not apply to technologies with continuous effects. See below. All right. So there are some advanced technologies that are continuous effects that can be left on the technology or put back in the bag. It's up to the player to decide which. Cubes placed on technologies that have not been completed or that have been activated and then partially depleted due to a cube restoration effect. Say what? May be left on the technologies or put back in the bag. It's up to the player. So basically, if you haven't activated a thing yet, you've only got 1 cube on it, you need another one to activate it. It's up to you whether you want to put it back or leave it there. Finally, you shuffle the cubes inside your bag and draw 3 random cubes, placing them in your available cubes area. So a reset is basically when your bag runs out of cubes and you start over. Plain and simple. Okay. So, there's a couple of questions that I have. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah,
That's not good.
The one question I have is what the gray cubes do. I don't remember seeing that.
I wonder if they're wild.
I imagine that they are wild and that they act as any color. But I legitimately don't know. They might actually just slow you down. And I don't recall seeing. I wonder if there's an index. No, of course not. That would just make things easy.
Don't be absurd.
It's explanation of what all the colors mean. Thank you. Okay. All right. Some advanced technologies marked by the infinite symbol inside the activation spaces are continuous and last until the end of the game. Some of them generate an effect at the beginning of the turn. So that's what continuous effects mean, and that just explains the rest of the advanced technology things, which I don't care about. Maybe I have to go to this section about placing gems, which is probably earlier. Or not placing gems, placing the cubes. No, I think the gray cubes are kind of useless.
Really?
It might symbolize waste. I'm not sure.
So they just clog your pool.
Yeah. I'm genuinely not sure, but I'm like 1 page away, I think, from starting a turn. So, placing cubes. Cannot or does not want to. Optional actions. Okay, yeah. So the gray civilization cubes are waste. they can only be placed on gray spaces. They cannot go on the rainbow spaces. Yeah, they're essentially useless and will slow you down.
Okay.
I guess that's the penalty for going for the advanced civilization stuff. But since there must be gray spaces somewhere, there might be a way to get rid of said waste cubes. All right.
Okay.
Well, that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything more to it. Is everybody really confused?
Yep.
Good. Let's get started.
So how do we draw from these bags randomly, Aaron?
You shuffle.
Bags. Can you shuffle it?
Yes. If you're not getting anything by pressing the R key, then right click and pick shuffle.
Okay. Got it. Done.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. I was like, how do I shuffle
And
this?
I was like, there's one more question that I have that I think I might have missed is, do we start with a miniature in play? I think we start with one, but I'm not sure. I might have missed that. Determine the first player. Map making. No, don't need to do map making. 4.
And then we have to assign what we start with too.
Ruin tokens. Oh, there were supposed to be 2 tokens on each, so I need to put another bronze down and another. So yeah, so you have the opportunity to delve into the ruin multiple times.
Okay.
So there should be 2 on each ruin that shows up.
Okay.
The central hexagon, place 3 golden ruins on each ruin space. Ooh my. Okay. When hidden hexagons are revealed, yada yada yada. 5. Choose the extra civilization cube and set the development markers. Okay, so now that everybody knows what they all do, we got to decide which one we'd like to level up, so to speak. So we start with 1 at level 3, 1 at level 2, and 1 at level 1. All right.
Sure.
Okay, it looks like we don't start with miniatures. So to get miniatures in play, you literally have to generate them.
Okay.
There's a couple ways to do that. You can use the green movement and generation, which allows you to generate 1 miniature, or you can use purple. Either one will allow you to do that. And I have a very sudden and very urgent need to run to the bathroom, gentlemen. I apologize. This has not happened before in the middle of a board game stream before, but I better take care of it before it becomes a real problem. So I will be back in a few minutes. My apologies once again.
We'll be here.
But if you gentlemen could discuss your battle plans and how you plan to screw me over,
Yeah.
or you can take the time and set up which one you want to level up to 3, 2, and 1 on your technologies, and I'll be right back.
You got it. Augie, did you catch any of that?
Not a single thing.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad it's not just me.
I have no idea what's happening. I am so confused.
Listen, all I know is this is Aaron's territory over here. If I march this way and you march this way, we can just whip his ass.
But how do you march? How do you do anything?
I love symbols. I love games that are nothing but symbols. By the way, the name of my kingdom, I'm guessing, is the Golden Barony.
Golden Barony.
Yeah. What do you got over there?
Mine's the Celestial Reign.
Ooh. And then Aaron's the feminist over here. He's got the Purple Matriarchy. I like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like that they made them specific characters. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Golden Barony.
Intermission music.
We need. Oh God, that's so loud.
Is it loud?
It's so loud. We need the drive-in, intermission between the films. Let's all go to the kitchen. Let's all go to the kitchen. Oh my God. Yeah. So we get to move these cubes here, or these circles rather, along the track, and I guess you cash them in for cubes to go in your bag. So you can change your ratio, I guess. But I'm not sure what I want my ratio to be to begin with. So.
No, I'll be real. I spaced out like half.
Yeah, this is a heavy game. This is like learning how to play Anachrony all over again.
There was a bot in the chat. I banned that bot. I reported it, and then I come over here and Aaron is talking about something, and I'm like trying to listen, and I can't figure out what it is.
We're gonna go to these places,
and the cat is snoring behind me, so I turn to look at the cat.
Well, I'm glad Aaron knows what's going on. This will be interesting. So this symbol over here, this I guess that's a helmet with a triangle above it.
Okay, gentlemen, sorry.
Hi.
Hi, what's going on?
All right.
You feeling good? You better?
We were discussing our supreme strategy to overthrow.
Yeah, I think we get an idea.
I think I'll be rather easily overthrown at this point.
We are absolutely going to destroy you.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Just go general, I guess. All right. So one last thing I think we should do is go over what the advanced technology cards that are already in play will do.
Okay.
So weapons forging is pretty easy to understand. It is 1 red cube for 1 attack. Weapons mastery is 2 red cubes and another color of your choice for 2 attack. Borderland Cities is 1 purple for all 1 clone, and all adjacent opponents gain 1 miniature. Really?
Ooh.
That's interesting.
Only if they're adjacent, though.
Yeah. I'm like, what? Why? I'm very curious about that. So cloning. For each cloning effect, the active player may place a new miniature directly on any hexagon in which they already have at least 1 miniature, instead of placing it in their homeland.
Okay.
So that's interesting. All right. So, and then all other players gain any players that are adjacent get to generate. Wow, that's interesting.
So you don't want to do that close by your opponents, I guess.
I guess not. Well, I mean, it's up to you, but anyway. Recruitment. All right, 2 purple, and these are continuous. Anytime you would generate a miniature, you generate 1 additional miniature. Alchemy, 1 blue. You draw a cube, and then you remove any 1 cube and gain any 1 cube from your bag. And by remove, that's permanent. It's gone. It's out of your bag for good. And gain is permanent as well.
So theoretically, this would be used to get rid of your gray cubes?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Okay.
It says any 1 cube. And okay. I don't think the grays are eliminated from that. Council of Elders, also continuous, 2 orange cubes. Anytime you would perform a development, perform an additional development. Nice.
Ooh, nice.
All right, so those are all the ones that are in play. When you buy an advanced technology, you have the option of sending any pair of these back, either level 2s, level 3s, or level 1s, and getting 2 new ones from that particular deck before you make your choice.
And where do those cards go, Aaron? Do they just go kind of...
Yeah, you can put them next to your player board or under it, wherever you want, but either way, it's going to be yours to use.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, I chose my...
What are you doing? Oh, did we decide you're going first? Oh no.
I just moved my
You've
stuff
decided to go yellow, blue, and then green as your orders. Augie, what did you do? You haven't done it yet.
Nope. I will go.
Yeah. And then
orange. Wait, how does that work?
Level 3 is the 3rd one out, not the 2nd one.
Oh, gotcha. The picture's in the way, which is confusing.
It is kind of in the way. And then a little explorer action. All right.
There you go. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
All right.
How about you? How about you, Mr.
I will make a very quick, uninformed decision. What's
the matriarchy doing over here?
I'm gonna go progress first. Should it be trade or explanation second? No, I'm gonna make exploration second and trade third.
Okay.
And then everything else at 0.
Okay.
And that, as they say, is that.
All
right, so we need to decide who goes first. I don't feel like doing anything really bizarre and absurd, but yes?
The cards on the side of your player mat use gray cubes. Do we have to choose one of those?
No. Those are for the race war version of the game.
Okay, so should we flip them over then?
Yeah, we're not using those.
Oh, okay.
I should. I didn't realize those
Yeah.
could be
I was like,
flipped
oh,
over.
I know what to do with my gray cubes.
No.
Fine.
Sorry. Yeah. No. We're
That's
doing.
not you, by the way, CJ.
Oh, you're right. That isn't me. I'm yellow. Sorry.
All right. So I've generated a 20-sided die, so I'm just gonna roll it real quick. Holy crap!
Did
All
you
right.
Really?
You saw me roll it.
Yeah, I saw you roll it. I saw you hit the 20.
12.
It's probably better that you go first anyway, because
10.
Augie and I
Alright.
have no idea what's happening.
All right. So at the beginning of the game, you draw 3 cubes from your bag. I got red, blue, and orange. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that something? I think I would like to go orange and blue over here, and red will go. You know what? I'm not in the mood for any attacking. But I know a green's coming out soon, so yeah, we'll go with that for now. All right, so, and that means that I can activate this technology. So for the orange and the blue, I forget where the spent ones go, but they don't go
right here.
No, these are the unused ones.
Oh.
I guess they go to the graveyard, sure. Graveyard makes as much sense as anything. So I get to advance one thing 2 levels. I'm just going to go ahead and bump purple up. Or, sorry, orange up. So it's sitting pretty right there. And then that ends my turn, and we're over to CJ, who does...
Yes.
You got to draw 3 cubes, sir.
3 cubes. Done.
Generally speaking, you're supposed to do that at, like, the...
okay. Augie, draw 3 cubes before he comes and yells at you.
Yeah.
I did it.
Who
Don't yell at me.
done did it.
Well, what? No, I was doing that the whole time.
Yeah, I did that yesterday.
CJ, you've drawn blue, orange, and red. What would you like to do with it?
Heck if I know. I'm going to put this guy over yonder.
That is a red cube, sir, not an orange.
Well, they look the damn same on my board. Could they have not chosen different colors? Because against this yellow backing, they all look the damn same. Whatever. Okay, it's fine. I got an orange cube then.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Just put
Over
that
what?
over
There you go. There you go.
There you are.
I need to change my lift height. I gotta move that down a touch. Okay. And then I'll put a blue over here, like so.
Okay.
And then is this orange, yellow? What is this?
That is orange, so you need an orange cube.
Okay.
Which you've already placed elsewhere.
This is red.
Yes.
Well, we'll just put red, like right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant to do.
All right, fair enough. You can't activate anything yet, so we'll go over to Augie, who is doing with what? With a green, a blue, and an orange. Well, I spy with my little eye what I would do, but Augie may not think the same way.
Try and find the blue one. The blue is the only thing I can recognize on this board.
There
Yellow,
it is.
orange, and red look the damn same.
I found the blue one and the orange.
Good job.
Yay.
Okay, you can activate that, which will upgrade one of your technologies by 2 levels.
Nice.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, you should totally do that.
One that's not already upgraded.
You can do any of them.
Shit.
Yeah.
As well.
Done.
All right, those go in the graveyard.
Where's the graveyard?
The skull.
The skull.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Done. See, to be fair, none of my workers died on my turn. I just like to point that out.
Oh, easy.
I'm better boss than both of you.
Yikes. All right. I don't know about that.
All right. So then we draw
okay.
3 more cubes.
Yeah, you draw the cubes at the end of your turn, not the beginning. I'm going to play the green there, and then I think I'll just do a yellow and a purple over here. So I can activate 2 actions this turn. I am doing a movement and a generation, miniature.
Yeah.
So I am generating a miniature, and I'm going to put him. Yeah,
Are you though?
I am. I'm gonna put him in this hex, and then I'll spend the movement point to move him to this hex. which allows me to see what these 2 hexes are.
Okay.
Ooh, doctor.
Well, look at that. Yeah.
We got some ruins happening up there. Tons of them. All right, so I need 6 of these little silver cubes to put on those ruins. This will take some time. How about I do it at the end of my turn?
Okay.
As a free action, this dude is gonna take this city, which gives me a 1 development point for any of my things. I'm gonna use it on orange. And since it's at max, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my civilization as another free action and reset it to 0 and take 2 more orange cubes out of the bag here. And throw those bad boys. They go to the unused cubes, I think, until reset. Although I could be mistaken about that. Do they go into your bag? If so...
No, I remember you reading that, but I don't remember what it said specifically.
Hang on, let me find the page it was on.
Okay.
10. Yes, upgrading the civilization. They immediately go into your bag. Alright, so I don't get a reset this turn. At least I don't think that's how it works. 1, 2. Anyway, my final action was for this yellow and this purple. I'm going to gain a gem, which I don't remember where the gems are. Did we have a thing for gems? Gray cubes. Is there a bag of gems? Oh, they're probably here.
Gotta be one somewhere.
Yeah. Those are those. Those are those. Wow. Apparently not. I don't see gems anywhere. Am I just blind? I could be.
You could be, but I don't think
Ghosts. Ghosts. No,
Cubes.
those are cubes. Nope. Apparently there just are no gems. Should I just generate a whole bunch?
You know, or why don't you just generate a die and we can just turn the die to the number?
Sure. Let me see if I can make like a gold colored.
Sure.
Can I change the color of the D20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can change the metal. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, I could have done metal. Shit. That's way more fun. I don't know how to get rid of it.
Highlight and hit delete. Like
there
so.
we go.
Gone.
Alright, so if I were to do an object, let's make some metal dice then. Oh, that looks nice and
Clank, clank,
goldish.
clank. Yeah.
Alright, so there's one for each of us. You're not likely to get above 20, so a D20 should be plenty. But you're going to want to set it to the number that should be indicate how many for me is...
I have 0.
There's no 0 in this dice.
Yeah.
I have 1, so I can put this... oh yeah, there's a gem section on your board. So just put that if I can.
Yeah, set it right there.
I'll leave it off until I get one.
It's the hex thing is like I'll just leave it there. It's there. It's at 1. You can see it. So I have 1 gem to my name. So I'm gonna check end of turn to see if I actually do get a reset or not. I think I do. If you nope. Okay, so I'm gonna draw the two cubes and then I'll get a reset next turn. So that's what's happening. So I only get 2 cubes next turn. Over to CJ, who has a yellow, a green, and a purple. What would you like to do with those?
Yeah, bet you're sorry now. I'm going to take the yellow cube and put it next to this orange cube, I guess.
Nice.
And then this purple one, I guess, I don't even know what the section does. We're going to put it there. And then we'll put green with whatever the heck comes out next.
Okay. So you can activate these 2.
Okay.
So that one gives you a gem and it allows you to advance one technology, one space. Yep.
I guess we'll just keep moving that one up.
Alrighty.
All right, and then
you also get a gem, so go ahead and take your gold D20 and
got my D20
and set it to 1.
1. Oop, just 1. There we go.
I was gonna say, can you type the number and then it just goes to that number? Nice.
Yeah.
That makes it easy. All right. And then this one you can activate as well. That'll generate one miniature and one fortress.
Yeah. Okay, so there's one miniature, and then these are the fortress tokens.
Yep. They go away when your turn comes around again, by the way. They're basically just defense for that turn.
Okay.
But you could build them anywhere where you have a miniature.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess he's gonna have to go there anyway,
Yeah, well,
right?
nobody's gonna attack you this turn anyway. Yeah. So, and while you're doing that, I'm gonna get more silver ruins.
Okay.
Gonna make sure these.
Augie, I think you're up, man.
Okay.
What do you got going on over here?
I got a purple. I've got a red.
Yeah, you do.
And is that a? That's yellow. Okay, then a yellow.
Yeah, I know. Is it just me, or is orange and red like tough?
Very on the board they're very weird. Yeah. Hit that. Okay, I got the movement. I mean, I get a miniature.
No, that's just movement.
That is 2 movement. You might want to generate a miniature first. I would probably do the one below that. Right? Do the one below that instead. Because that generates a miniature, and then you can move it if you want.
There you go.
Yeah, so that gives you 1 miniature and 1 movement.
Okay.
And you can do them in any order. So go ahead and put your miniature where you want them to go. Remember that you can put them into your city as a free action and then use that city's ability.
Yeah.
But that is up to you.
Okay. I guess
Whoa! Yeah, don't pick that up. In fact, here, I got it. And then lock. All right. Ah, crap. This is harder than it looks. All right, there we go. All of our homelands are locked, so nobody should be able to pick them up again. All right, Augie, are you gonna activate him to put him into that city, or are you gonna leave him outside of it?
I'll leave him outside of it.
Okay. And then you've got other actions you can do. I think at least one.
I've got the.
Give yourself some gems. Yeah. Well, a gem. So that'll be worth 1, and you're already set at 1. Perfect. That's a victory point. So go ahead and throw those in the graveyard. And
all right.
Cool.
So at the end of my turn, do I need to reset everything because I have no cubes?
If you have no cubes in your bag, you must reset.
So these
any dudes you had in a ruin or a city, they leave that city, but they stay in the same hex. All of your cubes that are in the graveyard go back in the bag. You have the choice of sending the cubes that are just sitting here waiting to send back to the bag as well. That's up to you, though. That's up to you.
Okay.
Augie, you should do the same because you're out of cubes, and make sure you shuffle your bag nice and well. I, on the other hand, can't because I screwed myself, which is just the way I want it. So I am gonna do the only thing that makes any sense to me on this turn. I'm gonna play my orange and my orange to level up 2 technologies. I'll do green and yellow. And that'll be that. Now I'm out of cubes. So now I can put all of my cubes back in the bag and shuffle that up. Shuffle.
Our technologies reset too, don't they?
Sorry, what? No, technologies do not reset.
Okay, just making sure.
All right. And my dude is free of his city. He is free, so he can move about again as I wish. And then I draw 3 more cubes. Orange, and purple. We are back over to CJ, who does what?
So this is orange.
Yep.
So guess I'm gonna put that there. And put that yellow right there.
I'm like, CJ, you left this orange sitting here next to this blue wide open.
I know what it is.
All right, it's up to you if you want to leave it there. That's fine. If you would rather do this, that's fine.
I guess I get a little of this and a little of that, you know what I'm saying? A little yellow, a little orange.
Yeah, man, whatever makes you happy, dude. Whatever makes you happy, dude.
And then I'm gonna put this here.
Yep. Okay, so you can generate another mini and then move 1.
Yeah. So let me generate a miniature, and I have to put it like here, right?
I believe
this
it can
thing
be
goes
on
away?
any hex in your homeland, any of your 3. But it must be one with a city in it. So it can't be this one.
So it'd have to be like.
It'd have to be either of these 2. I have 3
Okay.
cities, but you 2
Oh, I
each
see.
only have 2, so.
Okay. All right, and then that gives me so I can take a free action to move into the city
Yep.
and use the thing.
Yep. He'll be stuck there until your next reset, but it will also give you either a movement point or a technological boost.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna take the movement.
Okay. Now you can't move him; he's stuck, but you can
Right.
move the other one.
Yeah, move this guy here. Right?
Okay. And would you like to activate the ruins?
I guess we should. We didn't come all this way just to take pictures, right?
All right. So take the top dial off the pile. You can actually draw it to your hand, so we don't get to see what it is until you decide to use it or not.
Huh?
Yeah, and
Or
that
not,
guy's
huh?
gonna stand on top of the remaining one, but you get to look at that. We don't, unless you decide to use it. If you decide to,
can't put it in my hand.
okay, if you're gonna save it, then you should put it with your gems.
Yeah. No, I mean I can't actually put it in my hand.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Well,
so I'm gonna-
I'll just look away, and Augie will use the honor system and not look.
Whatever. Why don't I just use it? I'm just gonna use this thing.
All right. So what does it do? It gives you a
It's
gem.
star.
Nice. That's nice and easy. Just go up to 2.
All right. There's 2.
All right.
And then
that
goes away.
is garbage. Good day, sir.
All
All
right.
right. Now that guy's stuck on that ruin until you reset.
Okay,
But
and
you
then,
also have another gem. Look at that.
Yeah. So that's gonna be one of those, and then I get to move one of these tech tiles up one, right?
Yep.
And what happens when these get to the door?
And once they pass level 4, you can reset it back to 0 to gain a cube of that color to your bag, or you can wait and go all the way to the end and gain 2 cubes of that color.
Yeah, let's scooch one more. That's good.
All right, fair enough.
All right, awesome.
And that ends your turn. Draw 3 more cubes, or reset if you can't.
I would say I only got 1 cube, so I have.
You have to. You have to draw it. No, you have to draw it. You can't reset until the bag is empty.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. So it does behoove you to get cube sets of 3, as it were.
Generally speaking.
I gotcha.
Augie is doing what? He's got 3. He's got a yellow and orange. He's going to combo those together and then place his green. Okay. And that will get you 1 gem and advance 1 technology of your choice. And he is going to advance green. Would you like to reset it to gain a green cube? That's up to you.
Not yet.
Not yet, he says. Okay, fair enough. All right, so that'll end your turn. We're back over to me, and I had orange, and purple. Although my orange cubes are strangely not as the same size as my purples. I don't know why that is. There we go. All right. I think that's there. No, that might be too big. All right, so 2 oranges and a purple. What can I do with that? I can generate. I can advance some tech. Well, I think I'm gonna... Yeah, because I don't have any desire to attack at all, really. I'm gonna orange that up in preparation for the yellow to show up, but then I think I'm gonna do orange and purple up here, which means I can then use those to level up 2 technologies. And I think I'm gonna do green and yellow. And I think... No.
No?
No, I'm gonna hang on to my green. I'm just gonna sit there. All right, so I'll draw 3 more cubes. I got a yellow, I got a red, and I got a green. Nice mix. All right, we're back over to CJ, who has just 1 lowly cube.
Yeah, I just got a perp.
Yeah. All right, place it anywhere you want.
So you use this alchemy one down here to get the cards at the top, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think we're gonna plan to do that.
All right. So when you reset, you're probably going to want to take this blue cube back because you
Yeah, I
can't
was thinking
activate
that
this
too.
without it. All right. Speaking of reset, it is now time for you to do that.
Yeah.
Both of your dudes come free of their cities. I'll handle that.
Thank you, sir.
And your ruins are ready to be plumbed yet again.
Yay!
And you can shuffle your bag and then
Yeah.
draw 3 more cubes, and that'll be your next turn.
All right. And tree cubes. Hey, I got my blue. Hooray!
Do you have a yellow? You do have a yellow. Lucky bastard.
Well, I mean, there's only 4 cubes, so it's pretty
True.
good chances.
True. All right. We're back over to Augie, who has a red, a purple, and a blue. What are you going to do with those?
I'm going to red, purple, blue.
Okay, so you're going to generate 2 miniatures. You have 1 movement point, but you also have 1 attack point. So you could, conceivably... Well, not likely. I'm sorry. I forgot to see that you had done this. You'd moved this guy here. So before you place your cubes, you should have been able to see these 2.
Ah.
All right. So we have a city that triples tech advancement. We have another city that triples tech advancement and another silver ruin. All right, I'll set up that silver ruin, and here we go, right about there. Okay, and you spent your movement point how?
This guy here.
Okay.
Or do they all start here?
I was gonna say they have to start in a hex with a city, so you can't put that guy here unless you move him there.
Gotcha. So this
This guy can be here if you'd rather. He doesn't have to start in this base city back here. He can start in this one.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay, there you go. So that's 1 movement point spent. Now you can activate any 1 or all 3 of those cities if you want.
Yeah, activate them cities, Augie.
This city lets you draw a cube from the bag or gain another movement point. This city just gives you a movement point and allows you to advance a technology. This city allows you to advance 1 technology 3 times. You can also send this guy into this ruin, which is could be any sort of goodie.
I'll send this guy to the ruin.
To the ruin. All right. So this silver is yours. That guy's trapped in the ruin looking at that stuff. You look at that and decide whether you want to hang on to it or spend it.
Hey, Aaron.
Yo.
Was I supposed to reveal this when I moved here?
Yes, you were. That's my fault.
No, that's
all
okay.
right. There's another silver mine. Damn it. All right.
Ooh, with triple developed.
Tons, yes. Okay, so let's go. That guy should be there, I think. Yeah, that's close enough. And another triple development city. Very nice.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna hang on to it.
You're going to hang on to it. Okay, so keep it face down next to your gems. You can spend it whenever you want.
All right.
All right, and is that the end of your turn, Sarah?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any cubes left. So.
Are you resetting?
Yes.
Okay, so this guy is out of the ruin.
Yes.
Okay. That is good for you. Okay, so that is a yellow, which I'm going to use here. And I think I'm going to use this green and this red to generate another miniature and another movement. So I'm going to put this guy... I think it would behoove me... I'm gonna put this guy here. And then I have a movement. I'm going to move this guy here. And that is going to... Actually, I should have flipped this when Augie moved in. We now know what the center looks like. Oh, Lord. All right, so...
What is this nonsense?
1, 2... The gold ruins have more treasure in them than the silver ones do. They have three things. They can be plumbed 3 times. The city in the center can be used for 2 victory points.
Oh my! That seems like the kind of place that we would actually fight over.
That is a lot going on. All right, so I'm gonna I think I'd be stupid not to take advantage of that. I'm gonna activate my home city using this dude, which gives me a movement point and 1 technology boost. So I'm gonna boost that technology like so. And then I'm going to use that movement point to send this guy into the center. Or no, I can't. I just realized. And Augie, you can't be here either.
Oh,
forests need 2 movement points to move into.
Dang it.
I'm going to let you keep your ruin token. You can keep it because that was my mistake. But in order to move into there, you must spend 2 movement points. And since I can't do that, this guy will instead go here, and I'll just do this ruin instead, because I can do that for free. So he's gonna use that ruin instead, and I'll take this and have a quick look at it and see if it goes along with my plans for world domination. I mean, it kind of does.
It kind of does.
It kind of does. This allows. I'm gonna spend it. It lets me draw up to 3 cubes from my bag. I only have 2 left, but let's go ahead and see what I get out of it. An orange and a blue. So, yeah, why not? Sold. Orange and blue, I'll spend them both. And that will upgrade 1 technology twice. I'll upgrade yellow to close to max, and that will end my turn.
All right.
And now I get to do a reset, because I am out of cubes, because I emptied my bag.
Clever girl.
All right. Put all those back. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Okay, and then I get to take my people off the spots they're stuck in for the moment. And then that ends my turn, and we're back over to CJ, who has a blue, a yellow, and a green.
I set the green right yonder. I don't have to feed these soldiers, right?
No, you don't have to feed them.
Okay, that's good. I have flashbacks from Zolkin.
Okay, and a blue, so excellent. So, that will get you a gem, putting you up to 4.
Yeah.
And you get to take an advanced technology card and 1 gray cube. Where are the gray cubes? I was supposed to put those on.
They're up. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so just take that cube with the card that you're taking.
I think
I'll put the cubes on the ones you don't take. You also have the option of eliminating any 2 cards from the same pile and replacing them with 2 new ones. So if you want to see what you can get.
No, I think I'm going to take the alchemy card.
All right, that will basically allow you to build your bag how you see fit for every blue that you spend on it. All right, go ahead. Take that and the gray cube back with you. The gray cube goes on your unused cube space. Doesn't go into the bag until you do a reset.
Gotcha. Like so.
Like so.
Oh, like so.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, wait. Sorry. Like so.
Should just delete this one.
Can we delete that guy?
Nobody's using it. Unlock. Delete. There we go. Delete. No, I can't delete that. I don't want to anyway. All right. It was mainly the player board that was screwing us up. So now it's gone. No worries.
Okay. So I only have 2 cubes left in here. So
draw them.
I have to draw 2 cubes.
Yep.
All right. We're good.
All right. While you're setting up for your next turn, I'll go over to Augie, who has a purple, an orange, and a blue. What are you doing?
Yeah. Do good, Augie.
Augie is his wild, and he's setting up his blue, and he has a purpla.
Use that purpla.
I don't remember what that's from.
I'm not sure either.
Okay. No actions are viable at the moment, but you get to draw 3 more cubes, and your next turn will hopefully clear some of that up. You know what cubes can come out, so... and I started fresh, so I need 3 new cubes. I have an orange, I have a yellow, and another orange. All right, well, it makes sense to me to use the orange here, the yellow here, because that'll get me a gem and an advancement, so I'll go to 2. I'll do that later, I guess. And then I'll put this one here, I think. Yeah? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to advance this to 2, and I will get to advance 1 technology. So I think I'm going to advance green. And then I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my civilization, which gives me 2 more green cubes into my bag immediately.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, let's add those to my bag. And then, what else can I do? I do have free actions.
Do you get to use those whether you move your guys or not?
Yeah, they're free actions. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and empty this ruin out. So he's gonna go to that ruin. I'm gonna take that last thing and see what it gives me. And it is I'm gonna go ahead and spend that. That is a ×3 development, so I can spend it how I want.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go yellow once because it doesn't make sense to do yellow again, and then orange twice. Yeah, and then I'll upgrade yellow because I can and add 2 more yellow cubes to my bag. Hoity-toity.
There you go.
That's a ton of cubes. Now, I probably should look into end of game. Okay, so end of game scoring. Victory points per gem. Ghosts killed by the player. I still haven't seen how ghosts get generated. Enemy
like killing other players' minis.
Yeah, enemy miniatures killed by a player. 1 victory point per enemy miniature killed. The second or successive miniature of an enemy is worth victory points only if a complete set of enemy miniatures has been killed by that player. Oh my god. 1 victory point per cube owned. Excluding gray cubes. Gray cubes don't count.
Right.
2 victory points for each objective tile. Those are the end of game triggering tiles up here. Victory points for advanced technologies according to the value and victory points printed on the card in the top right hand corner. I probably should have noticed that. So CJ's got victory points already in those cards. They're all worth 1 or 2.
Okay, and how do we get these tiles at the top?
Those are the end of game conditions. 1 for 12 or more victory points and gems, your 5th advanced technology, or putting your last miniature on the map.
Gotcha. Okay.
You also get victory points for control of territories. 1 victory point each for each of your homeland hexagons that are controlled by a miniature. 2 victory points each for controlling the borderland hexagons, and 4 victory points for controlling the center. You only control a hexagon if the relative majority of miniatures in that hexagon belongs to that player. So you can end a turn with multiple teams in the same hexagon, but you must have the most minis to actually have control of it. Okay. So bear that in mind when it comes time to get ready to the end of the game. Yeah. So all your stuff matters. Cubes, cards, all of it. Hexagons, the whole shebang. All right, so that was my entire turn, as long and drawn out as that was, and my apologies. We're back over to CJ, who has 2 cubes to play.
All right, so I'm going to put my red cube over yonder. Yeah.
Okay, generation, and the orange cube can go wherever you like. Or you can choose not to spend it at all, if that's your wish.
But then I only draw 2 cubes, or how does that work? I mean, it doesn't matter because I get reset after this anyway.
Yeah. You would just put it in the unused cubes area, and it would go into your bag when you reset.
Oh, I gotcha. All right. So I'm going to use this ability. Like so.
It gives you a movement point and a generation. You can generate another mini.
Yeah, so I'm going to put a mini in the home city.
Okay.
Do I get to activate a free action just one of these guys, or all of them? Or
you can do all of them at the same time if you want. It's a free action.
Okay. So I'm going to put him in the city.
Okay.
Which gives me a movement and technology, right?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to move this over yonder.
So you now have 2 movement points and 1 technology advancement. What did you advance?
I
Yellow?
moved my gold, yeah. My trade.
Fair enough.
All right. And then I'm going to use my movement point to move over here.
Uh-huh.
And I'd like to use my free action to do that.
Nice.
And we'll move science 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
And then I guess use a free action to grab this last whatchamacallit.
Sure.
All right.
He'll be in the ruins, and you may use or spend that.
Does that go to my bag or in play, or where does that?
I'm assuming that's a generation. You would get it added to your bag. So you gain a yellow cube.
Yeah, we should probably see where that goes.
Yes, you gain a yellow cube.
Okay.
That is cube generation. You take a cube from the reserve of the depicted color and immediately place it in your bag. If it's multicolor, you get to choose, but you do not get to choose because it was yellow.
I get a yellow.
You get a yellow.
Okay.
Nicely done.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad turn, right? But
No.
I get to draw one cube then.
Is that the only one?
That's okay because we know where he's going already.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going exactly where I think it's going. We're over to Augie. Oh, sorry.
So how do I trade in this end thing here?
I'm sorry.
The trade thing.
No, you can do that as a free action as well.
Okay, so I should probably do that.
Yep, down to 0, and then grab 2 more yellow cubes, and you can just put them straight into your play area because you're going to draw them anyway. All right, now Augie, you can go. Yep, I knew what you were doing.
I can't fit the square in the hole.
Don't we all have that problem?
You're not trying hard enough.
Okay, and he's going to put that into the wild on the yellow. Okay, so now you get 2 movement points and an advanced technology and a victory point. So where do you want to start?
Ooh.
Victory point first. There we go. All right, and then over to your characters. Now you have 2 movement points. You can gain another one. Nope. Okay, swamps are 1 to enter, 2 to leave. So remember that. Your dude might be stuck there for a while.
That could cost 2 to get in, right?
Yep, that costs 2 to get in. It absolutely does.
Perfect. But then you can rock this out for 3 tech points, or you can grab this sweet silver coin.
Right now?
It is up to you, my dude. Yeah, it's a free action. You can do it now or whatever.
I'll go in the town then.
Technology, nice. Okay. Yeah, don't forget to do that. In fact, do it now. You get 3 levels.
Yeah,
it has to be 1 tech though. You can't split them up. So
yeah,
I would probably not use it on the green because then you're wasting 1.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Bunk. Nice. All right. And then, which card are you taking? Remember, you have the option of tossing any pair of them out. If you want to toss this pair or this pair or this pair and get 2 fresh ones to give you a couple of extra options. If you know there's 2 of these you're not going to use.
I will get the Council of Elders.
Okay. Council of Elders is yours. Go ahead and put it nearby to your, and remember to use that you can use your cubes to use on that instead. It's also worth victory points at the end of the game, and it gets replaced with roads and bridges. I should probably explain what universities does, because that's oh my. For 1 orange cube continuous effect at the start of your turn, you get 1 development point.
Oh, heck yeah.
Roads and bridges, for 1 orange in any color, 3 development points. And all adjacent opponents gain 1 development point. Wow. Okay. That's
now how do we determine adjacent opponents?
That would be if an opponent is in an adjacent hex to yours.
Okay, so any hex. Yeah, I got you. Okay. Interesting.
I would assume it would be any adjacent, but it might actually be whichever one is next to you on the table. But I would have to check. Give me a sec, because that should be in the end.
Yeah.
The states, as it
That's
were.
really interesting, though.
Apply the effect depicted inside the symbol to all adjacent opponents. The effect, including this icon, must be applied to any players who possess at least 1 miniature in the same hexagon or on an adjacent hexagon where the active player has at least 1 miniature. So if nobody's minis are next to yours, then you are safe. For example, nobody's next to Augie, so he could activate that effect and not worry about it, but either of us has a mini in a hexagon next to the other, so either of us would trigger the other person.
Interesting.
Okay, that's interesting. All right, so Augie, are you done? That was quite an epic turn. All right,
I-
draw 3 more cubes, and then it'll be my turn.
I had a reset.
Oh, okay. Then draw 3 cubes, I guess. I don't know what you're looking
My
at.
guy
Me.
gets booted out of the city, doesn't he?
What you looking at me for, kid?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep. Yeah.
I am making stuff up. These cubes are not all the same size.
There you go.
Who did this?
Like the ones in the bags are different than the ones you have.
Like who did this? Like I'm getting mad. Like, goddamn.
Son
I'd
of
like
a
to speak to a manager.
Yeah. All right, that guy's still there because I haven't reset yet, and it's gonna be a while until I reset. I just realized. Scheiße. All right. Man. As much as I'd really like. I'm gonna put this blue here. Or no, am I gonna generate? No, I'm gonna generate.
All right.
I'm gonna generate, and I'm gonna make it happen this turn instead of waiting. And I think I'm gonna put that yellow one down in preparation for an orange to come out, which I know it will. All right, so
Indeed.
I can generate 1 mini and 1 dude. I'm gonna put that mini here. And then I get 1 movement point, but I'm going to activate this city for another movement point. So now I have 2, and I get to advance 1 technology. Across you go.
Interesting.
So now I have 2 movement points. I'm going to send this guy into this hex.
Ooh.
And he will plumb the depths of this ruin up here. So I'll take that silver disc and put him on top of the other one.
Okay.
He is also stuck there, and now all my dudes are stuck, and this one gets me a victory point. I'll just take it.
Yeah, might as well, right?
No point in not taking it, for God's sake.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, up to 3 victory points, and I cannot activate anything else, so I'll put these into the graveyard, and I will draw 3 more cubes, and then it will be CJ's turn. Holy greens,
right.
Batman.
Let's see if we can figure this out, Aaron.
I don't know. Can we? You
I
got
don't
3 yellows.
know. Yeah.
Well,
we're
you can
gonna
do part of that one, yeah.
We're going to do that.
Okay.
And then we're going to do this one here, right?
Okay.
This yellow?
Yep. You can activate that one right now.
You're right. These are different sizes.
Yeah. I think the starter ones are different size to the available ones in the bags for some reason. It's irritating.
That's weird.
Anyway, you get 1 victory point, and you can advance 1 technology. I think I know which technology you're going to advance.
I think you know. So let's change that to 5.
He's got 5
Roll
victory
that here.
points, and he's going to generate that, which gives him 2 more blue cubes to his bag,
Yes.
which unfortunately
I'm gonna go-
means he's
No,
gonna,
that's okay.
he's going to be
I want
waiting
them.
for another reset, but he did want blue cubes. So, yeah, that's going to end
Oh.
your turn.
You know what? These 2 cubes are different, Aaron. I just drew these out of the bag.
What the hell? All right. The person who put this together just kind of did a half-assed job.
You're
I'm just
killing
gonna-
my OCD.
I'm just gonna say it. Like, thank you for putting this together, but you kind of half-assed it. You probably already know that. 1 purple, 1 red, and 1 green for Augie. What's he gonna do? He's putting his red down as his wild for the orange action, and then he's gonna use a green and a purple for 2 movement. Which 2 movement are you going to take? Put him into the adjacent hex, which allows him to possibly take a city and get 3 to... Oh, God, he could do that twice. Do you want to jump 1 tech up to level 6 right now from 0? Because you can.
I kind of do.
You can right now. If you activate both of these cities, you will advance... You could advance 1 tech 3 times twice and send
I will
it
do
straight to level 6.
I will do exactly that. I'm going to take my yellow and go.
Up to level 3, and then up to level 6, and then back down to level 0, and gain 2 yellow cubes. Ba-bam. Serious ba-bam just now. Like,
That was amazing.
really kind of impressive.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Augie.
Those go into your bag, by the way.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. CJ just put them into his available player space because his bag was empty.
I had no cubes, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Oh, hold on. I should probably shuffle that.
Yeah, you might want to.
There you go.
Then again, odds are pretty good. You'll wind up with at least 2 of the same.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. All right, there you go. All right, so that'll be your next turn, and we're back over to me, who has 2 green and a blue. And Dan Van Blammet. Okay. I think... That won't do me any good. Well, you know what?
What are you thinking there, Aaron?
I'm having trouble thinking, but
I see that.
I'm making the best of it, damn it. I was expecting to get an orange cube and it didn't show up, but that's my problem. I will... Yeah, I'm gonna spend this, I think. No. We'll stick to my quote-unquote game plan for now. I'm gonna do that. So I've got 1 green down on each of the options, but the only one I can affect this turn is to generate another mini and gain a movement point. So I think Smart Money says go here. How long until I reset? Oh, no, just 1 more turn. I think I can leave this guy here-ish? Maybe? I'm not sure.
I mean, you could.
Legitimately don't know if I want to put him in the city and just gain the tech, because I'm about to reset anyway, and I don't think... I can't remember what color cubes are in here, but I don't think I'm going to get anything out of moving anybody anywhere. You know what? I'm just going to take the... I'm going to activate the city and just take the level, because why not?
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to bump up that level 1 more spot, and then... yeah, and that should end my turn. I draw the last 3 cubes out of my bag. A red, a purple, and a orange. Nice cornucopia there.
There's your orange.
And then we're back to CJ, who has 2 blues, one of which I think I know where it's going to go.
I'm going to put little blue over here.
Ah, alchemy. Very nice.
And then big blue's going right over yonder.
Nice. Okay, so which one do you want to do first?
I think I'll do alchemy first.
Okay, well, the first thing you do with alchemy is to draw a cube from the bag, which you can't.
Which I cannot. Right.
But you can now remove any 1 cube from the game. Goodbye, waste.
Goodbye,
and
waste.
Gain any 1 cube of your choice.
And I think I'm going to grab... See, I already got an orange and blue. I think I'm going to grab a purple, maybe? I don't know. I think I'm going to grab another orange. No, because I got yellow. That's what I got. So I'm going to grab an orange.
Okay.
All right. No. So where does that, when you gain it, it goes in the bag?
Yes.
Okay. That kind of sucks, but that's okay.
And then...
Yeah, then we're going to spend these. I'm going to continue building my...
This will suck a bit less, I guarantee. Okay, so you get 1 more gem to add to your pile.
Uh-huh.
And you get to take 1 of the advanced technology cards. Remembering, of course, you have the option of throwing any 2 of them away if you want to try for 2 different ones.
I'm actually going to take this university.
Okay, Universidad. And I will draw a new one from the pile and reveal that it is Giant Libraries. 1
Grant Library.
Grant Libraries, yes. 1 orange cube allows you to develop on each of 2 different rows.
Oh, nice.
So makes the develop twice somewhat cheaper. All right, and that will end that turn.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't get to reset because I got a cube. But at the same time, I got a cube. Oh, and this blue spent too.
Yes, that is spent as well. That is not a continuous effect.
I'm running out of real estate over here.
Your graveyard's getting a little busy. Back over to Augie, who is doing what?
I'm going to do this, and then this.
Okay, another gem and another advancement, and he's preparing for another gem as well. All right, so
advancement.
Yep.
Pop that up to 4. Pop these.
Reset that to get 2 more orange cubes. Go for it.
These bad boys in here.
All right. Those go into your bag. which means unfortunately you're gonna be waiting on that reset.
I know that feeling, Augie. It's been forever. Listen, you only got 2 cubes down here, dude. Look at this thing over here that I have a pyramid.
This massive pile of cubes. It just keeps growing. My God.
So Aaron, with the infinite ones, you leave the cube on there.
Yeah, you leave the cube on there, and then at the start of every turn, you'll gain a development.
Yeah, that's why I grabbed it. That's why I grabbed the orange cube too. Except I kind of screwed myself.
That's all right. It all works out.
But,
yeah, it'll work. So, Augie, you all done yet?
Yes.
Looks like. Okay. Back over to me. And I
What's
have
you
an
doing over
orange, a purpla, and son of a bitka. All right, I'm going to place the purple, but I'm not going to activate that ability yet because it's pointless. I locked all my dudes in place.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm going to do this, activate that orange, and then activate that as well. So
but you're ready to mobilize.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Oops, that I did not mean to do. Can I try again? That's much better. All right. So back down to 4 is what it's supposed to be at. Okay, and then I gain a development. I might as well take orange because it's so close. And then I will activate that to gain a development on 2 different rows. So that maxes out. Yellow goes up 1. I cash in the orange for 2 more orange cubes. Uno, dos. And let me see if I can... It's going to slow down my regenerating, but... how do you make things all the same size again?
I know, right?
Is there an easier way to do this than just pressing?
Well, what you would do is you take the cube you want and just copy it and delete the smaller ones.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes things much easier. I'll just...
just copy your orange cube.
I'm trying to. Something weird happened.
That's good.
Right.
Right-click it.
Yeah.
And then copy.
Copy, yeah. And then paste.
Yep.
All right, perfect.
I knew that would kill you.
That's way better. Yeah, I'm so tired of getting the weird wrong sizes. I don't know what the hell happened there. Anyway, so that's my next turn setup. Oh no, I got to put these in the graveyard too. Now I'm getting a pyramid.
Nice.
It's I don't think it's as impressive as yours is though. But then you built like one huge tower and a slightly smaller one.
Right.
Okay, so you've got that 1 cube. I'm guessing I know where it's going.
Yeah, we're gonna put this over here.
Universe of Dodds. Okay, so remember at the start of your turn, you get a development for free.
Yay! All right. Well, that was kind of lackluster, but at the same time,
you finally get to reset. So go right ahead and do that, and unlock your dudes from any cities or ruins they're in. I can do that for you. There's that guy free. There's that guy free. There's that guy free.
There you go. Phenomenal.
They're all free. And then back over to Augie, who is organizing his graveyard. That's so that's so zen. Augie's gonna develop like a mofo.
So I'm gonna do the 2 single ones. So
all right.
This up.
Yep.
This up. And then I'm gonna do the double one, which pop that up to there. Give me 2 blue.
All right. 2 more blue cubes for you, and then toss those 4 into the graveyard. Nice and neatly, please.
Nice.
As Augie continues to delay his own reset.
I know that feeling too well.
I'm like, there's a downside to having too much space between resets, and I feel like I've realized what that is now, and I'm like, oh, crap.
Yep, me too.
All right, Augie's going to draw his cubes, and I'm going to play my 2 oranges to do basically the same thing. Because I only have 2 oranges, I can only spend them a couple different ways. The only way I can spend them is like this. So that's going to give me 2 advancements. I'll go 1 yellow, and I'll go... and a purple or a green? Let's keep green. Alright, so that doesn't gain me any cubes, so that literally ends my turn, and now I have to reset. Like CJ, thank heavens.
Yeah, exactly. At some point, you're just
back
like,
in there, you giant pile of crap. Alright, and everybody's free.
Hooray!
We're free again! Hooray! Okay. And then I draw 3 cubes, well, after I shuffle a couple times. And I'll draw 3 cubes. I got an orange, surprise, and an orange. Oh my god. All right. CJ, you've got at least a little bit more variety than I did. What are you doing?
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna use my my
University at the start of your turn. Get a free development.
I'm gonna make purple a little wiser.
Okay. And then now you've got 3 cubes to spend.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go yellow and orange. And then I think I'm gonna put green over here and get ready to mobilize and
Okay.
all right.
All right, take another gem, adding to your ridiculous pile.
Yay.
Think he's angling to take that that tile for 12 victory points, but anyway.
And then I'll move perp up one more.
All right, and that
then I'd like
that
to
could end your
my-
turn, but you can activate ruins and or cities.
Let's put this guy here.
Trips.
And there's 1, 2, 3. And let's move here.
Okay. It gives you a movement point and another development.
And I'm
It'll
gonna
take
go
the purple development, yeah.
Yep, and I'll use that.
Keeping in mind you still have 1 movement point, but take your
Yep.
2 purple cubes.
My 2 who knows what size purple cubes.
Yeah, right.
That's fine. And they go into the bag.
Yes.
Like so.
And
Okay.
she might. No, I'll shuffle it for you.
Oh,
There you
thanks.
go.
All right,
and then
my movement point is going to be here.
yeah, makes sense. And
we'll
he's
snatch
going to
that.
activate that ruin. Very nice.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and take that, and that goodie is yours. And it's another
That is a
victory
victory
point. God damn it.
Done and done.
You ever get the feeling CJ's running away with it?
Well,
Yeah,
yes,
let's
no,
see. He's
I'm-
up to 8 victory points. I'm
Alright,
at
now
4. I
3
think
cubes.
Augie's at 3. Anyway. Oh, Augie's at 4 as well. All right, so CJ, go ahead and draw your next 3 cubes, and I'll head
Oh.
over to Augie, who is going to... Oh, I think he's getting some more advanced technology.
Ooh,
Yes,
nice.
he is. Advanced technology card and a victory point bumps him up to 5. And you can take an advanced technology card. Roads and bridges. Roads and bridges. An interesting question now, because you are now adjacent to both of us.
Yeah.
So
I mean, but trip development is not a bad thing. That's for sure.
No, I am loath to say trip development is awful. Even if it means that both of us will get a development point, but it's up to you. He's decided to take the giant universities instead.
Mhm.
That may have been the wiser choice, but we'll see. And out comes warships.
I'm resetting.
What?
Doctor.
1 ranged attack and 1 movement. Oof.
So now you don't have to be on the square; you can be adjacent.
I think that's how that works.
Yeah. Ooh, doctor. That's different. That's
Ranged
very
attack. Each ranged attack generates 1 ranged attack point for the active player. For every ranged attack point, the player may remove 1 ghost or 1 opponent miniature located on a hexagon adjacent to where the player possesses 1 or more miniatures.
Ooh.
Contrary to the attack effect, the ranged attack does not generate victory points for the kill. The ghost is put back in the box while the miniature is placed back in the original owner's reserve. Okay, so you don't get to keep the trophy.
You just get to shrink the other person's
Yeah, you just
area.
get to you get to take their land back, as it were.
Interesting. All right. That was a nice one,
Augie, you got to be done. Or
reset.
no, you can activate cities if you'd like. Or no,
yeah.
you haven't reset yet. That's right, you can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm resetting now.
Oh, you're resetting
okay.
now. Okay, good. Then they're all free.
We should probably lock all these tiles.
Freedom. Well, once they're revealed, you can lock them. Go ahead if
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
All right.
Just makes it easier to pick up your dudes.
So,
There
I got an ass load of orange. So I think the only reasonable thing to do would be to go
What does one do with an ass load of orange, Aaron?
and then I think I'm gonna go prepare for that to show up. And in the meanwhile, I will spend and throw those and get 2 1 and 1 and then I'll spend these and get 2 and so 2 movement.
Where are you on to?
I think I'm going to the center
Yeah, I don't
because
think
there's
for
goodies in
4
here.
points.
Now the question is, do I take 2 victory points and try and catch up to CJ, or do I take one of the goodies? Because these are the best goodies in the game, in the ruins.
Yeah.
And I also don't necessarily want to eliminate the idea of anybody else coming into the center and taking stuff as well. The only rule is when 2 units occupy the same hex, they can't move until one of them is dead. So they have to stay in the same hex. But I think you can still activate ruins and cities and such.
You just can't leave.
You just can't leave until one of them dies.
So, okay, that's fair. We can explore in peace, Aaron.
I'm not an aggressive person. That's why I've not leveled up red at all. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this gold thing and have a look at it and see what it does. And oh my Jesus Christ! Okay, that was level up one technology 4 times.
Oh dear.
So green is instantly maxed, and I will instantly use it to get 2 more green cubes. My God.
For sure.
4 times. All right. I'm probably gonna wind up just duplicating a green hex. Yeah, because those are pathetic size, and I don't want pathetic. Thank you. Oh crap! I'm too high up. I think. There we go. Then I can copy, and then I'll just paste twice.
There you go.
All right. And then those go into the bag. I shuffle.
Oh, hey Augie, did you grab your gray cube when you got the thing up here?
Delete.
No.
I didn't.
Oh yes.
I didn't
either. For every CJ should have 1 more gray cube. Augie, you should have 2.
A gray cube. Yeah, I'm gonna put a gray cube in my bag.
Yeah, Augie, one of your gray cubes should be in the bag. The other one should be in the unused cubes area. Yeah. Those are waste cubes and cannot be used.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I'm like, oh, geez, I'm supposed to take that.
That's because my dumbass was supposed to actually put them on top of the card so you remembered to take them, but I forgot about it.
I just realized.
I'm sorry. It's been a long time since I've played this game, and I'd forgotten how it was played, but that's mostly my fault. Anyway, now there's a cube on top of each one. You shouldn't forget, so just remember to take it. Okay. So I am not done with my turn. Not necessarily.
What else are you doing there?
I think it would behoove me to also send this guy into the ruin.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that might give me 1 more goodie of some kind. So let's see what the silver one is. It is... Oh. Do I get to destroy a gray cube that I don't have? I think that means just you can destroy a waste cube and then take any cube of any color.
Yeah,
but
think you're right.
I don't have waste, so unfortunately that doesn't get me anything. But I will take... You know what? I'm going to take a purple cube.
Okay.
So I haven't leveled up purple at all. And again, that's the wrong mother effing size. Anyway, sorry about that. There we go. And put that in the bag, and I will shuffle. And that will finally end my turn. And it's over.
That was a nice turn, dude.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
All right,
your turns get more involved after a reset because suddenly you have a bunch of options because there's a bunch of dudes out. Anyway,
absolutely.
Carry on with what you're doing. I think I know what you're doing, but go ahead and do what you're doing.
I'm gonna scooch this over one for my university.
You can just leave that guy there and just keep charging up, and then all 3 of those blank, and that'll get you another gem. You right, bastard.
That's right.
You'll be up to 9, 3 away from claiming the victory tile, and then take one of those.
I'm gonna grab recruitment.
Okay. That's going to come from the level 2 deck, and out comes Merchant Guilds. Oh my.
Oh, look at that.
2 yellow, 1 of any color, continuous. Anytime you generate a gem, you generate an additional gem.
Giddy up.
Oh, doctor.
Whew.
All right, I'm going to put a gray thing on top of that so we don't forget. And I believe we are over to Augie.
Over to Mr. Augie.
Augie is, to my surprise, not taking advantage of that. But I'm guessing he has a plan. I assumed you'd go blue, yellow, and then the other color and gain another victory thing, but I guess not. All right, fair enough. Augie's setting up for the long game. Augie's going to advance his tech up quite a bit.
He's quiet for like 2 turns, and all of a sudden he's got spaceships hovering over your hut.
No, I don't know if I shuffled this, but I'm going to shuffle it again. And 3 more cubes. Orange, yellow, and blue. You know what? Screw it. I'm tired of being left out of this advanced technology crap.
That's the spirit.
And that one sounds quite literally too good to pass up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do blue, yellow, and orange for a victory point. And an advanced tech card, and
yeah, I would take this Merchant Guild hands down.
Yeah, I mean it's not worth as many victory points. The other thing I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get rid of these 2 level 1s because nobody has given a crap about these. So I'm gonna toss those. I'm gonna toss those and bring out 2 new level 1s and see if those change my mind. We got Citadels, which is 1 red for 2 fortresses. That'll keep your dudes protected. Or Flying Giant Mounts. 2 flying movement. Oh my.
I'm guessing that means you can ignore...
generates 1 flying movement. Yes, to move a miniature from 1 hexagon to an adjacent hexagon consumes 1 flying movement point, regardless of the type of terrain of the 2 hexagons.
But these people don't have parachutes there, and I'm confused.
Furthermore, a miniature that uses flying is not forced to interrupt its movement when it enters or leaves a hexagon where there are enemy miniatures.
Ooh.
Oh, by the way, that thing where you have to stop moving, it's only for when your miniatures are outside of cities or ruins. So if a miniature is inside a ruin like they are in mine, you can freely come into and leave this area. It's only when 2 minis of different colors are outside of the cities or ruins.
Gotcha.
But flying just ignores that completely, and you can just go wherever the hell you want.
Gotcha.
And there's no additional point for mountains or swamps or any of it.
Nice.
So
which of these glorious cards are you going to take with you?
I don't know. Now, at first I was going to take the merchant, but now I'm thinking the flying mount would be
kind of cool, honestly.
Flying they look like manta rays. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, this is some Nausicaa Valley of the Wind shit here.
But I can't deny the allure of the merchant guilds, if only because I have.
This is a good card,
and I have to keep it out of your hands.
You
are generating gems like a mofo. I can't let you have that.
Well, I'll take it. Get it out of the way.
I didn't really. I think part of me thinks this is a mistake. It was probably a mistake. Well, we'll find out. Instead, out comes something worse. No, it's treasures. One yellow and 1 random for 1 gem.
That's not terrible.
And it's worth 2 victory points on its own. So win, I guess.
Yeah. I'm down with that.
This gray is the wrong size. Close enough, I think.
All right.
I can't. I keep trying to test it. Whatever. Close enough. All right.
Are you good? You got it?
All right, and I have merchant guilds now.
Right.
So these guys go into my... no. That was not what I intended to do. Thank you.
Got it? All right.
And I draw 3 more cubes. A green, and...
There's all the green.
And orange.
And orange. All right.
And we're over to you, good sir, with 2 purple and a gray.
So I can put this gray over here?
Yep. Oop. You can't use it, so it's just unused.
All right. Now we're going to take our... Oh, you know what? At the beginning of my turn, I gotta do the thing.
Yep, do the thing.
Doing the thing. Okay. I'm going to lock this card. And then I'm going to put these purple cubes over here so that...
every time you generate a dude, you generate an additional dude. Nice.
Yeah. All right. And I'm going to draw 3 cubes, and that's it.
All right. Back over to Augie, who has a green, a blue, and a waste. So the waste goes in the unused, and the blue goes where? It goes there.
Where are you going? Nowhere.
And his green goes there. Augie's all over the place. All right, but he's going to draw 3 more, and that will end his turn, and then we're back over to me.
He's like a mad scientist over there.
He kind of is, and I'm kind of concerned because I know how quickly things can get out of control. I think because I can't really,
Yeah.
I am going to.
What are you?
Green and green?
Green and green.
And orange. Okay, so the green and green gives me a movement point and a generated dude. So I'm going to generate the dude here.
There you go. Okay.
I'm going to activate this dude in the city, which gives me another movement point. So I have 2, and I advance 1 tech.
Right. Yes, you do.
And so I have 2 movement points. I think I should send this dude into here and do this ruin.
Yeah, you might as well, right?
I mean, I might as well. It's what they're there for.
Right.
And I'll flip that over to reveal. Yeah, that lets me draw 3 cubes. I'm going to go ahead and do that. 1, 2, and 3. A green, a yellow, and a purple.
Nice.
All right, this is interesting.
Yeah. That was a pretty good move, honestly.
Okay. I think I can make this work. I'm going to go green and purple. And then I'm going to put the yellow on the Merchant Guild's card. So I just need 1 more yellow to activate that. But I'm going to... I have 2 movement points from the green and purple. God bless you.
Bless you, dear.
No, there's no way I can do that. I thought for some reason I would get now, but that doesn't work. That doesn't work. 2 movement points. Is there any point? Not really.
Yes, no, maybe?
No, I can't move the dudes in the cities. Yeah, there was almost no point to that. I should have done something else. I should have done something else. In fact, I am going to do something else. I'm gonna put them on that instead and just take 1 movement point and a generation. So I'll put another dude out.
There you go.
He can go there. I still have a movement point, but I don't think I'm going to use it.
Okay.
I mean, I might. Yeah, I'll put him in that hex, and then I'm going to activate that city for another technological advancement.
Okay.
And that will finally end my exceedingly drawn out turn, and I apologize. Okay, so back over to CJ, who has 2 yellow and a purpla, and he gets to advance 1 level for free.
I'm going to purpla right here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to double yellow here.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to put those up there, like so. Ooh, hey. Everybody behave themselves. You know, that's what happens when the blocks are the same size.
Yep.
All right.
That brings you up to 10.
Yep. And then I'm going
You have a movement, and you can generate another dude.
Which means I get to generate 2 dudes.
Yes, you generate 2 dudes.
1 dude, 2 dude. And I'm going to put 1 dude here, and I'm going to put 1 dude here.
You can't put a dude on this hex.
I can't?
Nope. There needs to be a city there. You can only generate dudes on homeland tiles that have a city on them.
Okay, so like this one would be cool.
That one would be fine. You can put them both there. You can put one on the green homeland, whatever you want to do. But you have a second dude, I think, that you didn't put down.
No, that was it. That was both guys right there.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, he blended into the damn tile.
Tell me about it, right? Yeah, I chose yellow. Maybe wasn't the right choice.
Yeah, yellow's a bad color to play on this game, I think.
Yeah.
But then is green, red, and blue. All the colors of the tiles are the same as the only one that stands out is mine, purple. There's no purple land anywhere.
I'm gonna go ahead and hop in here, like so.
And that gives you either a movement point or a advancement.
And I'm going to, you know what? I'm just gonna take the movement point, and I'm gonna move over here anyway, like I wanted to.
Sure.
Because now I possess places. And places are good.
All right.
All right. And I draw 2 cubes, and
somebody's angling for a reset.
Yep.
Orange finishes any of those. Orange finishes any of those. And blue is going down there. All right, fair enough. Augie can advance a whole ton of stuff.
2 green.
He's doing all the things this turn.
Yeah, 2 more green cubes added to his bag. If he can figure out how. There you go.
So get those out of the way.
You also get to advance one space for that top one. There you go. And then your bottom one allows you, yep, there you go. Those don't go in your bag. Those don't go in your bag. There you go. All right. And I don't think you can do anything else but draw 3 more cubes. Yes, the shuffle. Yes, very important. Okay.
What are you doing there?
Something stupid.
I hope so.
Yeah. I'm gonna...
What are you gonna?
I'm gonna.
Are you gonna?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
He did.
I did. I totally did. It's done. I gunna'd and I did-ud. If that makes any sense. It shouldn't, but...
It does.
Okay. So, then I'm going to green and red over here, which gives me a movement point and a generation.
All right.
And so I'll generate this guy here, and I have 1 movement point, but I can activate this city on the guy I just generated for another movement point, which gives me 2.
Oh.
And I'm going to put this guy in here, and I'm going to have him activate that city.
Oh, see, he's like, I'm taking this card so that CJ can't have it, and then he's like, yeah, by the way, I'm going to gain 3 points.
Yeah, I think that's... Well, let me double check. I think it's 3, not doubled to 4.
Yeah, I think it's when you gain points, you get an extra.
You know, the wording is whenever you generate a gem.
Right.
But yeah, the limit is 1 additional point per activation. So if 2 victory points are generated with the activation of 1 technology, only 1 additional victory point is generated, not 2. All right, so that clarifies it, and that's fine by me. But that's still 1, 2, 3. And I'm very happy with that. Okay, and that will end my turn and my monolith of cubes.
Yeah.
Is 6 stories tall.
Time to reset.
It is time to reset because my bag is empty. So into the bag with you lot. Ka-chunk.
And your gray cube.
And the gray cube, yes. It is now time for trash to join the pile. And we shuffle. And I draw 3 cubes, and I get to unleash my dudes.
Yeah, don't forget to free the people.
Yep, we are freeing my peeps. Get out of there. 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 And get out of there.
There you go.
They were all busy. They had things to do. All right, so that ends my turn. We're back over to CJ with 2 blue cubes, who is going to do...
we're going to put a blue cube. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, don't forget that. And I'm assuming I know what you're going to do with that one. Yep. Alchemy. Very smart. Get rid of that waste, and you can take something else instead. Unfortunately, it adds to your bag, slowing down your reset, but it's better than having waste.
Yes, I agree.
I would, unless you want to do this for another turn, you could grab a blue cube and do it again next turn. But
I'm kind of tempted, but I should. No, I shouldn't. I definitely shouldn't.
What makes the most sense for you then?
I'm gonna grab an orange.
All right.
And that's gonna be my cube. Yeah, because if I don't, I'm gonna screw myself out of another turn.
Fair enough. Back over to Augie, who has a yellow, a green, and an orange. Where are they going? I think I know where the orange is going. And I was right. And Augie is going to generate some... Oh, I'm surprised by that. I thought for sure he'd set the bottom one off.
Keep him on his toes, Augie.
He is surprising me. All right, so he's keeping those 2 development slots open, ready for action at any time. He gives himself a gem and a production, and he draws 3 more cubes. He's got a stoplight. And back over to me with my 1 trash and 2 green. The trash I can't do anything with. But, I mean, genuinely, it makes the most sense to keep doing what I'm doing, I guess. And I'll do 2 green for 1 movement point and another dude. And I am just kind of getting insane with dudes over here. So I have 1 movement point and 1 dude. So I'm just gonna hog the center, I think. He's gonna activate that ruin. He's gonna activate that ruin.
Ooh.
This guy will activate. No, I'd rather do the bottom one first. Activate that for a movement and a advancement. So I have 2 movement points, which means I can send this guy into the middle, and he'll activate the city. And this last guy will activate this last ruin over here, and that's all them ruins emptied out. And I might as well activate this city too. So now I've got...
You remember that part where he was talking about running away?
It might be me now. I got 3 more. 3 more victory points and 2 developments. Yes, 2. I'm going to activate that to max it out and give me 2 yellow cubes to add to my bag. And then I got 1, or no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to copy 2 yellow cubes. Or no, I am going to do that because they need to come out of the bag. Otherwise, we'll never run out of cubes, and that needs to be a thing that can happen. So I will copy and paste 2 yellow cubes, toss them into the bag. Shuffle, 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 and I will make 1 more advancement. What should it be? Let's stick to orange. That's been working for us. All right. And then I have 3 of these. I'm going to do the silver one first because, oh god, it's 3 advancement. All right, I'll take that. Just buff up orange 3 spaces. Try the gold one. What's this? A cube of any color of my choice.
That's not bad.
I like what you guys have been doing with the blue.
Right?
But I don't want a crap one. I'm going to copy CJ's blue one sitting there.
That's fine, but you got to empty
I got to take one out of the bag. I'll take one of it. It's not a big deal. Okay, there we go. And take it out of the bag and then delete it. Peace. All right.
All right, perfect.
And then this last gold thing is... What does that mean when I think it means? I think I can destroy a miniature. And wait a minute.
No, yeah.
I can destroy a mini. Remove a miniature. The affected player must remove a miniature from the map and put it back in their reserve. You can choose the hexagon from which the miniature is removed. But then I get 3 more victory points.
Uh-huh.
All right. Sold.
For the record, Augie, leaving Aaron to take over the center of the map was probably a stupid-ass idea.
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay, as long as we're on the same page.
That puts me at 14 plus 1 because I get an additional 1 from my guild thing.
Yeah.
And because I'm over 12, I can take this tile.
Yeah, you want us to just go home now, or?
It's up to you.
Wow.
It's up to you.
Wow.
I am sorry. Blue, orange, and yellow. Go ahead.
You gotta destroy a miniature.
I did.
Oh.
Took him out of this hex here.
Oh, okay. Alright. I'm just gonna move my orange cube out of the way here, and I'm gonna scoot this over 1, and you can go ahead.
Reset time. Augie, what you doing with stoplights? He is setting off his double advanced technology feature and gain a gem while he's at it. So 2 gems for Augie. 8, there you go. And 2 advanced technology cards to add to his pile. Remembering that if you don't like the ones that are out, you can... Oh, I got to put a gray cube on that one. If you don't like the ones that are out, you can send 2 of them back and get new ones. But he's decided to take treasures. And I'll replace that with another level 2. And that's colonization. What the? Continuous purple. Miniature equals plus miniature.
Anytime you generate a
Cloning?
miniature, you get a clone instead.
Anytime you generate one effect, you actually generate this effect instead. Yeah, exactly. Anytime you generate a mini, you get to clone a miniature instead. So you get to put one down anywhere you already have a dude and a hex.
Gotcha.
Alright, resetting.
Alright.
Which one did you take? Oh.
This one.
Warships and treasures.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Spying. Alright, what does spying do?
I don't know. Look in somebody's bag? I mean, how does that even work?
Espionage. The active player may immediately generate the same effect of an advanced technology controlled by an opponent.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
You get to use anybody else's advanced technology card.
That's kind of cool.
Sold.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll get some advanced technology myself.
Mm-hmm.
As that's worth 2 more gems. And another card. Mm-hmm. You know what? I said it and I meant it. That flying one sounded like fun, so I'm taking flying giant mounts.
Okay.
And screw that crappy waste. Gonna clone the waste I already have. Or wait. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Alright.
CJ's turn.
Alright.
Green,
Give myself
orange.
the purple at the beginning of my
Purple.
turn. Give myself 2 purple cubes. Alright.
Acting like a K. Aaron about them cubes. And Honky said, "How dare you?"
Wow.
Uh,
No, you're right, Augie. Alright, we're gonna go there and we're gonna go there.
Alright, 1 movement, 1 generation. Well, double generation for you.
Yeah.
And you
So-
get an advanced technology and another gem.
You kind of took the specialness away from that, but that's beside the point. I'm gonna take roads and bridges.
Oh, I forgot to put another level 1 out. Phalanx, 1 attack, 1 fortress. And another level 3. Expertise. 2 blue, continuous. At the beginning of your turn, draw an extra cube.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It would have been great near the close to the start of the game.
Yeah. Alright, and I'm gonna generate a cube and
CJ is 1 advanced technology away from taking the other victory condition.
yeah, it'd be nice to get something, I guess. Yeah, let's put these fellas right over here, I guess.
No, they gotta generate on one of your homelands unless you have cloning.
Oh, that's right.
So that one will do. You can put them both in there.
So that one will do.
Alright.
Alright, and then I have a movement.
Yeah, you do have a movement point.
So moving where I want to go. Alright, and then I got some cubes to draw. Go ahead there, Augie.
Augie's throwing away some trash. And then
Toss that trash.
setting up for future development. And then out comes 2 yellow and another trash. I got green, orange, and purple. Can I do anything with that? I think not. Because I pretty much locked my dudes down. So I guess I'll just... Yeah, I'll just generate another dude, I guess.
Generate another dude.
And I'll set up for a double advancement instead.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so generate a dude. I guess I'll put him here. I got one movement point. I'll put him here.
All right.
And I'll end my turn. Purple, red, yellow. Up to CJ, who has 2 purple and a blue.
Damn it. You know what? We gotta go here. I get to actually draw one this time. That's kind of interesting. Woo! Got another blue.
It's another blue.
Actually worked out really good. And then I get to destroy a cube. Goodbye, gray cube.
Yep.
And then I get to get a cube of my choice added to my bag.
Yep.
And I think I'm gonna grab a green because I ain't got nothing for
Okie dokie.
All right. And then we're gonna do the same thing we're gonna do at the beginning before we drew a cube. Yeah.
CJ's ending the game.
All right. Is that actually end the game?
Yeah, because one of us already took the first victory condition, and the next victory condition will end the game. So, if you take your 5th technology card, you'll also gain the technology bonus, which is another 2 victory points.
Are any of these actually worth 2 up here? No.
Yeah, I'd probably take the expensive one if I were you. There is one. The phalanx is worth 2.
Oh, is it worth 2?
Yeah.
I missed that.
This one over here on the end.
Oh. I guess I didn't expect a level 1 to be worth 2.
It's only level 1 because it's green and red cubes. It's based on the cubes needed, not the ability. Okay.
All right then.
All right. So at the end of your turn, Augie and I get one more turn, and then the game ends. So Augie, whatever you're doing, make it good. He's just going to take a victory point. That's probably what I'd do, too. I don't think I even have that luxury, but...
That luxury, listen to you. You push yourself.
Takes a victory point. Well done. Alright, and my turn would be... I do have a yellow. So I will use it. And then... I guess I could sit on the rest. Well, I did want to use my flying giant mounts at least once, and it's just not going to happen. Alright. I guess I could do a move and a... no. I could fight something, but nobody's in the same hex as me. I could just generate a dude, which isn't going to get me anything, I don't think. Nope, it will get me nothing. So
that's
yeah,
right.
I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. I'm probably ahead anyway, so
way ahead. You're controlling.
I get 2 gems,
the city and everything.
2 gems and 1 more advancement, and that ends the game. All right. So, not counting your gray cubes. You should count up all your cubes that are in your bag and whatnot, and I'm going to generate some counters for us. There you go. Everybody's got a counter. Alright. The easiest way to count your cubes is just put them all in your bag. Although, now that I think about it, make sure there aren't any gray ones in there.
I already took my grays out of there.
Yeah. All right. There's that. There's that. There's these 3. Okay. So you get 1 point for every cube. You get 1 point for every gem. Let's go to end of game, which I can't remember where it was. It was 13? No, it must have been 12. No, it must have been 11. There it is. All right. Killed by player. Nobody killed any other players, so no victory points there. We did cubes. We did gems. 2 victory points for every objective tile owned. CJ and I have 1 each. So 2 points to each of us. And then victory points for advanced technologies according to the value in victory points printed in the upper right corner of the card. I get 2. CJ probably gets a bunch more.
Not enough. Not even kind of enough.
Are you sure?
Yep.
You're only 4 points behind.
That is the definition of losing.
Sorry?
That's okay.
Is that after your
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, you have yet to add those points here. Oh.
Nope. It's already
All
there.
right. Well.
And then isn't it hexes you own?
Yes. Control for territories. 1 victory point for each controlled homeland territory. 2 points for each borderland territory.
And then the city.
And then 4 points for the center. Well, you weren't that far behind me.
What are you talking about?
You weren't that far behind. You were
had
8 points behind.
8 points is a lot in this game. A whole lot. Oh, I think Augie gave up counting. Augie's hand isn't moving anymore. I think
I think Augie gave up playing. I'm so sorry, Augie.
Augie, it's okay.
No, it's okay. I'm like no, I'm like doesn't matter because I definitely did not get enough to even get second place.
I knew
Yeah.
Plus, I was busy killing another bot in chat. So
good man. You sniped on bots.
Thank
I'm
you.
up to
Augie, for the record, don't let him take the center. That's the rule going
well,
forward.
it's nice to know now.
Yeah.
All right.
Because he wiped out every one of those gold tokens and took the center city. And he took the 1 card. He's like, don't let CJ have this, he'll win. And then he destroyed us with it.
In my defense, it came out just in time for me to take it. So, like...
Yeah, I know it did. I would have took it too.
If I had drawn the wrong cubes and you'd drawn the right ones, this would have gone a very different way, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe you ran away with it as soon as you grabbed that card.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
That probably generated enough points by itself to take me over the top.
Oh yeah, I mean you were like 5 points behind me. Now you have 19 and I have 11.
Yeah.
You flew past me.
All right. Well, what did you think?
It's an interesting game. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of wish the world was a little bigger.
Yeah, and it can be if you put more players in, or if you just decide you want to have more tiles.
Right. I think I would enjoy this if there were a few more places to explore. But I mean, it's a very neat game.
Yeah.
You know, now that I understand it, it's neater than it was before. It was a very confusing beginning, but like the first couple of rounds we went through, I didn't use any of these city tiles because I didn't know I could do that as a free action. So.
Yeah.
But I mean, not that it would have made a world of difference.
Well, it hurts that I hadn't played the game in such a long time, and it was.
Well, that's okay.
I played it once at Bob's apartment like ages ago, and that was it. And we were like, "Oh, it's kind of like Scythe, but not really."
It's a neat game. No, it's definitely got some. It's definitely got some promise to it.
It has potential. Yes, it has potential to be good, but I don't think every game you play of it is going to be good.
No, I mean, there's almost too much randomness for it to be great.
Yeah, because you just never know what you're gonna get from any ruin tile.
But I think it's cool because you get to choose what you do. You get to choose what you gain.
Yes, and despite the cubes all being different colors, you still have enough versatility in choice that you can still make something work, even if it's not what you had your heart set on. And if you decide to, you can always be like, you know what, I'll just put that cube there and I'll wait for the one that I want, and that's also an option. So, like, I enjoy that aspect of it. That I
do too.
Truly your choice, but there is still some randomness to it as to what you can get.
Yeah, I like to create your own turn. I appreciate that.
So, anyway, that's Hyperborea. This is an imperfect module of it on Tabletop Simulator, but they were kind enough to put us in Skyrim. So, I mean, there is that.
Who knows what would have happened if we had the level 4 stuff up there, you know?
Yeah, that could have been interesting because level 4 stuff is for gray cubes and rainbow. Like just pure randomness. and if only they worked, which, for all I know, there might actually be a new and better module out there. I'd have to go looking, but this was the one I had, and
that's okay.
it appeared complete at the time. I didn't actually check all 4 of the things. Augie's still trying to flip the table. Augie, I'm so sorry you're angry. We'll play a better game next time, I promise. Or better yet, we'll play one that you've already played, so you already know the rules and you should be more comfortable.
No, I'm cool with learning new games. This one hand at the beginning.
I lost you there. What'd you say?
I said no. I don't mind trying new games. It's just this one was very difficult to comprehend for a hex game.
Yeah.
The rules of it seemed a bit more overly complicated to what it is, which is just a cube game.
Yeah, basically. I'll be the first to admit their rulebook isn't very good. That's a huge stumbling block, especially for a game with this many mechanics. You want your rulebook to be as easy to understand and not at all difficult. Which unfortunately this one is not. It's not organized very well, and it's cumbersome. Is the problem with their rulebook.
You know what we can try next time? We could try like Century Spice Road or something.
Ooh, Century Spice Road.
That's got literally a 1-page.
Pamphlet. Century Spice Road is so good.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a big fan of that, and you get to play with cubes.
Yeah,
spicy cubes.
What's not to like? All right, and I do enjoy how the map is random every single time. Although I noticed we didn't get a single mountain. We only got one swamp.
Yeah, we got a whole lot of nothing.
There's a mountain. Like, there's one of the mountain tiles. They are there. They just didn't come out, is all. But yeah, so that's Hyperborea. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Everybody's trying to flip the table, so I'll make their dreams come true. Bye! Holy table flip.
Jesus Christ.
That was launched. Anyway.
Pieces everywhere.
Sorry about that.
Thanks,
sorry, Skyrim. Anyway. Thanks for watching, everybody. That was Hyperborea, and next Sunday we'll play something a little bit less frustrating. How's that? I hope you guys enjoyed it all the same, and I hope my fellow players enjoyed it, CJ and Augie. Thanks for coming, as always. Much appreciated. And much love to the people who showed up in chat, even if they were bots. Whatever.
Just the 2, but I took care of it.
Yeah. I should set up a bot. Wizar was here. I didn't even know Wizar was here. Hey, Wizar, what's going on? I must have missed when you said hello, but or maybe this is your first time saying hello. Well, anyway, thanks, Wizar. Very cool to see you. And everybody who showed up, Bloodwolf58, of course, always happy to see you. Silent One, Jessie, of course, always happy to see her, whether she's actually playing or not. And anybody else who came by and just didn't show up in chat, thanks, much appreciated. Please remember to follow and or subscribe if you'd like. I think we still have 2 founders slots open, so we're still waiting for those last 2 people to claim a founders slot on our subscribulations. But
that's right.
We will be back on Thursday with some tabletop RPG action.
Yes.
We're not entirely sure which RPG yet. It may be Shadowrun, it might be something else, but we're kind of keeping it close to the vest for the time being.
So might be something else.
Yeah, so look forward to that either way. But we'll be back on Thursday for that. In the meanwhile, stay safe and healthy, and thanks for coming. We'll catch you guys next time. Say bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody.